readies from both players.
And off they go. Inflox, I believe, from the US. Dars from Canada.
A small discrepancy in their timers, about
right about in
seconds.
that area.
Dars has an interesting board in that there's very little on the bottom. Most of this is up high, and a lot of red-yellow on his top line. Meanwhile, Inflox has got a little more access to all the other things.
Inflox is playing really strongly. We're seeing him, just have to just a couple of mandatory garbage plays he played through just well enough. He got a couple horizontal bailouts on the top of his board and dropped minimal garbage. So he's playing very well, very short combos, which is something you will see out of a versus player.
Mm-hmm. He had a couple spikes going, but he's drilled those down, and so he doesn't stand to take a lot of drop time, especially if he leaves that red in column 8 open. Meanwhile, Dars has all of his viruses concentrated in the right-hand side of his board, and he's gonna probably build from underneath for some of them.
He is definitely working on underclearing right now, as we're at a minute and change now for both players. A sweet tea from Dars. But it looks like that prediction will pay off, as it is. Don't worry about your timer. We'll manually time it from there. It's fine. And Inflox actually in the lead right now, but we had that 4-second discrepancy, and we'll get that calculated if it becomes necessary.
He has a misdrop right at the top of his board, and so that's going to cause a lot of garbage, giving Dars a space to work out this tiny lead that Inflox had. And so Inflox is going to work on those reds horizontally, but again, the garbage is working against him. Didn't quite see the option to do the horizontal yellows to get the blue garbage to fall down and make it clear. I think he's a little bit rattled by the timer issue. He's still managing to hold on to this lead, though, because Dars has all these blues at the top, which I think it looks like he's starting to make a plan to go horizontally there, but it looks like it's already abandoned.
Sorry, folks. I was just getting some admin work done.
Yeah, these blues at the top for Dars are really, really nagging at me right now. And they may be blocking some possibilities for him. But the bottom is all clear and looks like set up to do some beautiful work. While Inflox seems to be out of danger.
Just as a ruling, we'll be adding a minute and 16 seconds to whatever the finishing time is. And no worries on that oopsie with the button. Happens to the best of us. I've done it myself, so I am the king of not doing my timer properly.
Yes, I think a lot of us have that, especially our first game. Meanwhile, it looks like this horizontal dream might be coming true for me. Oh, the double blue! Yes, and now that great clearing out.
This is the great combo coming.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. And now a tiny bit of a lead for Inflox, as Dars uses this yellow to drop. Is out at a 248. I can't see all of his.
That seems about right.
Yeah. I think we're going to get a lightning bolt from Inflox. Now he's working on a board that is mostly red and yellow, except for working things on the bottom.
And with that rough 7 for Inflox, it has given Dars the ability to catch back up here, as he's only down by 3 viruses here as we hit 3 minutes and change for both players.
Mm-hmm. And he is working on a bunch of setups. He was thinking about that. Red, blue, eventually drops it. He has a lot more pill halves still going on his board, so the discrepancy in score is doesn't necessarily tell the whole story there.
That's absolutely right. And really what he needed to do was crack through that barrier of reds, and that's what he did. He opened up a lot more opportunities below, and you're seeing a lot of stuff cascading down for clears, which is always a nice setup, as it is about 5 minutes here.
Mm-hmm. And he used some blues strategically for garbage because he didn't have space for blues very much. He still doesn't have space for a lot of blues, but now he's getting a lot of the yellow that he needs.
And inphlox now starting to run into a situation on the bottom of his board where his horizontal clearing choices have become a bit cloudy, as there's a bunch of blue along the bottom, but now also has an opportunity set up for that horizontal in row 2 with the red. So we'll see how he plays that here as we're at 5.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. It's a little tough because he's got that horizontal lined up right with that blue that has garbage on top, but an excellent fat log to clear it out. Really nicely done. Meanwhile, ours is really close to being done. I think it just needs a couple more reds, and he's got it.
And he has taken the lead at this point, looking to just get a red and not top out, and he does right under the 6-minute mark, as inphlox not too far away himself. Probably going to be looking to set up a pillar here and get that last blue, and he will, and he'll be out right at around the 6-minute and 12-second mark. These players' timers almost even, actually, with that timer reset. So.
Mm-hmm. And I really liked Darz's board so far. It does have a lot of blue-yellow on it, but he's just got double possibilities and good horizontal and vertical movement. Meanwhile, inphlox, I think he's going to have to work some blues vertically. Actually changes his mind, doesn't decide to do that. But yeah, he's going to have to burn through that blue barrier, probably one at a time.
And it's nice to see that he didn't get a double blue in that sequence, because I know that just would have been infuriating, because the double blue clear on that top row was really the play, and it just wasn't getting the RNG to cooperate. But he is getting a lot of great plays along that bottom right corner. And thank you, Maine Coon Cat, for the 5 gift subs. We really do appreciate that.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, Maine. So what Darz is really hoping for are red blues right now. That would be really nice. And most of his stuff is up high, but it really looks like he has got it under control here. The score is still really close, but the fact that inphlox has column 1 and then column 7 and 8 both high means that he's going to be drilling down, and drilling is going straight vertical on all your clears.
And we're seeing Darz actually get down to his final few viruses here, so it'll be that'll be it at a 7:44 for Darz. He does take game 1 with a very, very well done 9.
Mm-hmm. But for those of you who did go in inphlox's favor, inphlox did make it out of level 6 first and had a nice lead for a bunch of the game. So really nice job for your debut, inphlox. Excited for game 2.
And you all get to split those 10 channel points. But a great debut for inphlox. Just managed to just get really rough RNG. It's a rough going, but some of the combo play and the vision he does have, he's going to be able to convert into a lot more efficient play. I do see the potential there. I see single-digit seeds in his future. But we still got a second game to play, so we're going to get our players ready for that. And
I am excited for this. I think either way this goes is a win-win. Inphlox getting a game would be really awesome in his first brackets. Darz getting out of round 1 again would be really great for him. So I don't know who I'm rooting for at this point.
Yeah,
just excited.
This is a great tournament. We've seen some great play so far. It's our 1-year birthday. Our monthly speedrun tournament started in May of last year with. Somehow back in those days I was a 3 seed, but now I'm just happy to be here. But we've seen everything grow so much, and it's been very, very great to see, and it's great to have all y'all along for the ride. So we have a ready from both players. So And if you want to see the bracket, Savage Octagon has generously thrown that in there. And 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, a bunch of our community has been working on this amazing website, which you should totally check out for all the information we nerd out on. And
we went from a Google spreadsheet to this, which is amazing. So
off they go. Dars is going to have to contend with a lot of blue on that left-hand side, deal with it cleverly. But amazing L play, really great to drop that garbage down, opens up a lot of options. Meanwhile, inphlox does have that sort of left side, right side thing going on again.
And the big problem I'm seeing is that lower right corner. Having a staircase that low on your board could be really infuriating, and especially pointing into the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's, unfortunately, that seems like a sort of one at a time situation, although he is doing a nice horizontal there to work through that. Dars has some stuff up high, but he has the option to do a nice drop there, takes it, now just needs all red and yellow. And of course, oops, all blues. That's what he's getting.
Hopefully he will get a red-blue as he does. That'll signal the end of that chain, as it's going to be right side exclusive or left side exclusive now. But good play here to minimize drop time, as that tuck turns 1.5 seconds into a quarter of a second. Great play there. Dars out at a minute 27. inphlox is not far behind. inphlox out at a minute 31. So close going here in the second game.
Mm-hmm. And as you predicted, that yellow staircase in the bottom right of inphlox's board was the last thing to clear. Meanwhile, inphlox setting up with a nice combo drop into a horizontal. Doesn't have a lot of option for red, so he's probably going to have to make some garbage plays there. But meanwhile, Dar's just digging into this board with some horizontals.
And really just drilling down to try to get access to red, making a tuck play here. And the thing is when your top line is limited to 1 or 2 colors like that. Oh, and that's a big misflip tuck. That's going to be a lot of time to get out of. So we're going to see inphlox working on that, but that's really painful to see. But it follows it up with that really nice cross clear there. And it is 2.5 minutes, and inphlox with the virus lead.
Yeah, inphlox's board though, he's got doesn't have anything on the bottom, and now there's a lot of garbage to contend with, so I don't know exactly what his plan is going to be here, but a nice drop into a horizontal red there. Meanwhile, I would love for Dars to set up a sweet tea. That would be fantastic, but I think he just had a misdrop with the blue-red there. Oh, he's going to get the sweet tea? Yes! Ah. So satisfying.
Getting that great sweet tea there by Dars, as well as these players tied in the virus count right now. But we're going to see a drop clear here, and inphlox going after that yellow virus he left alone or mistucked last. I think that's a good call. Going to be out at 3:19. Dars out at 3:20. So these players again neck and neck through 2 rounds.
Yeah, and this is the 4th and the 13th seed, so this is a particularly exciting thing to see for inphlox doing this well. His first bracket, very, very exciting here.
We've been seeing that 13 and 14 seed, throughout this tournament, really not even make that 3 and 4 seed territory safe. It's just amazing the level of players that we're seeing bounce up here. I don't think anybody thought that we would see Dimwit ever get eliminated in the first round, for example, but we've seen that this year. So the variation of seeds wildly different than it was a year ago.
Mm-hmm. Dars' board, he's behind in virus count, so it's about an 8 virus lead for inphlox. This is really double friendly board though, so if Dars gets this working, nice combo there to clean. This is a great board for an endgame.
And inphlox has everything set up. Like this, you would think that this board is bad chaotic or RNG heavy, but no, he's got at least 1 pill ready to go on every single virus on his board. and it's such good planning here. So as he's down to his final 4, and now we're seeing, I think he's going to have to try to play that horizontal yellow first, just to make the rest of this clear better. But he does drop everything a bit, but he now has the ability to tuck if he wants to. But he's going to combo it out, be out at 506, and Dar's out at 507. So again, these players playing at an equal pace. It'll come down to this final round.
Yeah, and it's a question of, can you keep your cool? Are they aware that they are this close? Some people are stream lookers, some people aren't. I prefer not to look myself, but it's all about what that does to you mentally.
As we hit 5.5 minutes, both players playing at absolutely blistering pace. Both players gunning for a sub-7 right now as we hit 6 minutes, 27-30. It's a slight advantage for Dars, but Dars having to put garbage in that far column, not something you want to see. He's got a bit of a bailout with that double yellow, as he's now having to deal with yellow garbage in 2 separate columns. I think he's going to have to drill down and really have to start thinking about access to yellow. His only access looking to be on that left side.
Meanwhile, inphlox again has this pattern, which I'm worried about, but it hasn't seemed to be a problem for him. The left 2 columns mostly, and the right column stacked up high. He's drilling down.
It is currently 16-18 here. Both players just trying to get creative and getting some things off their boards. Dars is starting to ignore that right side, and I think he's just holding out for potentially a red-blue or a double red. I think we're going to have to see here if he just decides to say forget it, and no, he doesn't. And he actually almost has that entire left side cleared out now.
Ooh, I was surprised for a second that he didn't spin that blue-red the other way. But now he's building up from underneath on the blues, and he's got a red sandwich going. So I think this is all right. Just needs a couple more reds, and he'll have it. Meanwhile, inphlox a little bit blocked up. Has good moves in the hopper, but Dars takes it with a 707.
And Dars definitely didn't make that one easy for inphlox. Inphlox just got a little tripped up on 9, and as you see here, it's not that bad of a finish. That's a less than 15-second deficit. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Dars played really great behind the 8-ball, just storming forward. And inphlox, fantastic job on your first batch. You should be so proud of that result.